Welcome to Ignite Technology, where we'll create enriching videos and content on technology.
Hello guys, welcome back to this Python tutorial on Ignite. So today we are going to be talking about tuples, dictionary, and sets. Before I continue, if you have not liked this video, please like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on the notification bell so you can get more of our updates. So as I said earlier, we'll be talking about tuples, dictionary, and sets. We'll be looking at each of these data types and explaining everything we need to know when working with them. So first up, tuples. So what are tuples? Tuples are another fundamental Python data structure. They allow you to create immutable group of objects. So a tuple is more like a list. Rather, a tuple is actually immutable, meaning that once a tuple is created, you cannot change any value or remove anything from the tuple. Once a tuple is created, it is just like that. You cannot change anything. So a tuple is created using this normal brackets. So let's see how we can actually create that using code. So now to create a tuple, first let's name a variable. This variable will be my tuple. So to create a tuple, you need the parentheses, the brackets. So now any item you want to add to this tuple, you can add. For example, if I want this tuple to be a collection of names. So I'll go John. I add a comma to show I'm not sure I want to add another item. Mark. Another thing to also note, there's no limit to the data type that you can actually add to a tuple. I can actually add as many data type as I want to one tuple. As you can see, I'm adding a string here. I'm adding a integer. Now I want to add a float to it. So let's we can index to any of the items. For first, let's print our tuple. Let's print our tuple. So let's save that. Let's see what we are going to have. So we can see our tuple. This is every item on our tuple. We can index to a particular location in the tuple. Maybe we want to print the first item, meaning the item with the index 0. So we have John. And as I said earlier, a tuple is immutable. We cannot add or remove or change the values. Okay, for example, let me try changing the value of the item in the index position 0. So this will be equals to, okay, let me change this to look. So now we get an error because of tuple is immutable. We cannot change the value. We cannot add maybe from the code. Once a tuple is created, it is created. So there are a lot of methods that you can use when working with tuples. A lot of methods. We have the index. This is used for knowing like the index position of a particular item. For example, I could but let me clean this line. Let's come now and be like that index, and I want to look for the index position of 7. The index position of 7 is 2. So there are a lot of methods that you can use. I'm not going to go over all of them in this video because I want to keep this video short. But you can go research more, look at all the different methods that I can work with when working with tuples. Because tuple is it's very important in Python. We use it for a lot of things. So it's a good idea to look more into it and learn more about it. So let's go to the next topic we have today, which is dictionary. Dictionary, just like the list and tuple, they are all matter of collection. So, but a dictionary is actually different. We say that a list is like a collection of items, right? But now, a dictionary is more like a collection of variable name and variable value. It's a collection of items, but now this item has a key, also has a value. Like just like the way we define variables and give them a value. This dictionary is like a collection of variables where we'll have the key, then the value. The key refers to the variable name, while the value is actually the variable value, something like that. So we will see dictionary in action. So now I can just clean this. I don't need it anymore. So now I can name my dict, short for dictionary. So I'll make it equals to create a dictionary, you need the curly brackets, as it's popularly known, curly brackets. So now, as I told you, the dictionary actually is a collection of what looks like a variable name and a variable value. So we have a key. The key is usually immutable, meaning that once it's set, we cannot change it. So maybe this dictionary is we want to have like a collection of names. Then when we have the class, we will have the names. So where we can go like just one. So which is junior secondary one. So we have named the key now. To name the value, we need to add the column. Then when we add the column, then we can now add whatever value we want to assign to the key just one. So maybe the name of the student will be John Smith. Okay. So we can still add to this dictionary. It's not just limited to only one item. As I said, it is a collection. So we can add as many as we want. I could have just two as the key. Then I want to add a value. Remember to add your column. Then we add a value. Then maybe this one will be the value of just two will be what name should I go with? Um look, I'm really running out of names here. So you get the idea. We can extend to how long we want it to be. So let's kind of print this dictionary. So I want to print my ticket. So let's save this. So this is the dictionary we have. So now we can actually print the value of a particular key by just we want to access that key. We want to print the value of just one, meaning the student that is in just one. So we can go like this. So we have John Smith. There are lots more that we can do with dictionary, because dictionary are very important. They are very, if there's one thing you need to actually give a lot of time to learning, it's actually dictionary. Dictionary are very important when working as a Python programmers. We use them a lot. So there are many reservoirs or many methods that you can use when working with dictionary. We have the pop, you have the get. The get is used to get maybe a particular the value of a key, something like that. So we have the pop, which the pop is used to delete a particular item. We actually access through it using the key. So there are a lot of things that we can do. We can get the key. There are a lot of things. Just go research about dictionary, and it's actually something that you need to learn about, something you need to know. But for this tutorial, I think these are not knowing the something called the dictionary, and knowing how to make a dictionary, how to work with a dictionary. It's very important. So let's try some of those methods that I listed here. So first, let's try the get. So I have my tick. So let me print this. Print my dict dot get. So now I want to get just two. So let's save that and run it. So I have a look. So the next one, let's try for the pop. Yeah, the pop is used for removing this thing. So let's go over pop. So let us move over to list. So we can actually, if you want to get all the keys that are in, like all the keys that are actually in my dictionary, we use the list method to do it. So we have list. So I want to like get all the keys. Okay, my dict dot keys. So let's save that and see what we have. So these are all the keys that are in my dictionary, and you can see it is now a list. It is now in a list format, no more in a dictionary format. So, so we can as well also list the value. As I told, we have the key and we have the value. We can go for the values. We can also go for all the items that are in this dictionary. So let's save that and see what we have. So we can see these are all the items that we have in this dictionary. This is the value, all the values that are in this dictionary. So that is all for dictionary for now. So we can also get the length of a dictionary by using the length method, or global function rather. So let's move over to sets. So now What is actually a set? The word set should sound familiar because of we did a topic in mathematics called set. Actually, if you were like, I remember back then, set was quite easy, but when we got to Venn diagram, that was why I got everything confused, like back then in secondary school. So, set is also an important data structure. It's more like, a tuple, but rather it is now in a ordered form. Now that you understand, like, it's like a tuple, but rather a set is always ordered. Like we cannot have an unordered set. By default, sets are ordered. So let's see how actually we can use sets. So let me make another variable my set, and this should be equal to make a set. We need a curly bracket. I know it looks familiar to the dictionary, but the dictionary we need to have a key and a value. But the set we just have to have a value, just like any normal list. Only that we need to use the curly bracket to create them. So the sets, I could have, let me make a set of numbers that are unordered. So let's go 4, 6, 1, 2, 5. So let's print this. Let's see what we'll have. So print, okay, sorry, my set. So let's go over, let's say that, let's run it. So if you notice, the set we defined here started with 4, but here it started with 1 because no matter how we actually put in the datas or the item into the set, our system or it's going to be stored orderly. You can see it goes from 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Because of that is actually the ordered version of this array here. So that is about set. Set are ordered, that like ordered version of a tuple. The part about but set is mutable. Yes, yes. Set is mutable, or like a tuple isn't mutable, but set can be changed. I can change the value of a set at any time. I can index through a set just like the same way that I can do with list, dictionary, and tuple. We can index through it. But a set actually has an immutable version, which is called a frozen set. Now this set, like every item in it is kind of locked. We cannot actually do anything with it. So I can remember back then when we did sets, there are a lot of mathematical theory about sets, where we have something like set intersection, union sets, no, those stuff. So you can actually do them like with your programs. You can do them with your programs. Um, So we can find the intersection between two sets. Remember, intersection are like items that are in this set that are also in the other set. So we can like find the intersection. We can find the union, meaning adding the two sets together. Remember, we always have the item displayed in a sorted version of it. So we can have like the difference between two sets. So any mathematical theory we have about sets, we can actually do it using our programs. So let's kind of try doing some. So let me name two sets. So let's come down here. So we're going to have my set 1 and my set 2. So let me swing the value a little bit. So now we have 0, 3, we have 7. So now let's find the intersection between these two sets. So my set 1, to find the intersection, we use the AND operator. and my set 2. So we want to find the intersection between these two. So the intersection between my set 1 and my set 2 is actually 2 and 5. If you notice, we have 2 and 5 in my set 1. We also have 2 and 5 in my set 2. So we can find, what next? The union by using the, I actually call this the OR operator. Yes, that is actually what it works actually when we come to comparison or something like that. So this is like a union of all the item in my set 1 and my set 2. If you notice, like, we have 2 and 5 in my set 1, we also have 2 and 5 in my set 2. We are not repeating any value. We are not repeating, maybe we have my set, we are not repeating. It said we don't repeat values. So let's go over. We can find the difference between these two sets by how we use the minus operator or the subtraction operator. So the difference between these two sets is actually 1, 4, 6. They are only in one, but are not in both. So so that is actually everything I think that you need to start working with sets for now. So all this data structure or data type I just mentioned, list, tuple, dictionary, and set, they are very, very important to learn. They are very, very useful. You will find them very useful. So I want you to practice more, learn more methods that you can work with when working with set, tuple, dictionary. So, but for the sake of this video, this is the end of this video because I want to make the video kind of short. So thanks for watching. If this video was useful to you, please subscribe, like this video. If you have any question or anything you don't understand, you can comment your question and the appropriate answer will be given to you. Thanks for watching.